It's not a mirage. Probably shouldn't have called it mirage, I get it. But that is mental image receiver automated generative encoder. What is that? That's a mouthful. Mirage, much easier. But we need your help to make it a reality. You've heard about it, that's why you're here. The catalyst is all that's needed. The right chemical agent to amplify the subatomic response to specific neuroelectric signatures. What we're proposing is not a mirage. Probably shouldn't have called it mirage, I get it. But that is mental image receiver automated generative encoder.
The acronym Mirage.
That's a mouthful. Mirage, much
Mental
easier.
image receiver, and I thought you said
We
and
need your help to
generative
make it a
encoder.
reality.
We want to make you feel like us, like included, because you don't want to feel left out if you're a customer, right? Of course. One of the whole commercial.
The catalyst is all that's needed.
But you know what you need? I wonder if he's ever heard of the Emerald Tablets.
To
Yeah.
amplify the subatomic response to specific neuroelectric signatures.
If you're a customer, you wouldn't want to feel
We
ignored
can
either.
calibrate sensors to translate that response into code,
I wonder if he knows I know him.
and the rest can build on existing tech.
I gotta call him. I thought I had his number somewhere. I guess I'll have to Google it or something.
A mind reader.
I've got it's Dr. von Schleppenhauser. It's research, mental image, projector. I write this information down. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there's his phone number. There's his phone number. Oh. Okay. Dr. von Schleppenhauser. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Dr. von Schleppenhauser. Yeah, this is your cousin, Dietrich.
My cousin?
Dietrich von Schleppenhauser. Yeah, you know that new energy source you're looking for? Well, guess what? What about crystallizations from the Emerald Tablets with the stored knowledge of the universe? They can amplify your mental image receiver automated generative encoder. They can amplify psychic signals. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know how you heard about such things.
There's a commercial. I was just watching you on a commercial. And I think we're related. You remember? This is your cousin, Dietrich von Schleppenhauser. Yeah?
From Heidi's wedding?
Vergessen mir? Yes? Yeah. Has it been that long ago? Really?
Oh, yeah. Dietrich.
Yeah. So, have you ever heard of the Emerald Tablets? They're supposed to amplify psychic abilities. And I noticed that you're looking for this, like, thought projection machine. This invention you have, it's dream projection machine. But see, what would you use that for? You don't want the military to exploit that for their espionage.
Oh, no. That is for people to understand each other.
But you know, are you aware of the myth of the Emerald Tablets? How supposedly the person who is enlightened psychically can tap into even ultimate knowledge of the Akashic records, all of the universe through crystalline storage.
Dietrich, those are stories. That's fiction.
Yes, but I've talked to people recently who are seriously looking into this thing, and it apparently did exist. And its pieces of fragments have been buried and shattered all over the world.
People say all sorts of things.
I have an idea of where
fiction.
I have an idea of where to start, Dr. Schleppenhauser. If you could, some pieces, there's reason to believe some were hidden in a secret chamber underneath the Sphinx. We can't go into an international incident and go digging into the Middle East, but some are located elsewhere. They were scattered by various religious organizations all over the world. And I have an idea of where to start looking for one of the Emerald Tablets in relation to one of the lost crystal skulls. Was possible?
Dietrich, we shouldn't discuss this here.
Oh yes, the phone could be. Well, you know what they say. I always say there's always some truth in the strangest of fiction. You know?
Perhaps we should meet.
Yeah, where did you want to meet? A philosopher looking for the truth, but willing...
Dietrich?
You're Dr. von Schleppenhauser? Yes.
Yeah,
I should
good
know.
to meet you,
Yes,
cousin.
Good to see you. Yes, it's been a while.
I guess we've met before, I forget.
But life goes on. We've been busy, so.
This way,
is
I
the
believe.
trail on the way to what I was trying to tell
I
you.
can't wait.
Yeah. To entertain all possible theories as to the origins of existence. We must seriously consider the real evidence left behind in the ancient architecture of monuments in places like Titicaca and Tumapunco that prove that there were more advanced civilizations here on Earth long before recorded history and advanced technology. Blocks remind me of ancient Tumapunco's H blocks.
Dietrich, come on!
Coming! Wait up. We must seriously consider the real evidence left behind in ancient architecture of monuments in places like Titicaca and Tumapunco. It proves that there were advanced civilizations here on Earth long before recorded history, with technology we don't even understand today. Where did they get that technology to build such impressive monuments, and why would they go out of their way to so much trouble to leave these complicated shrines behind? Were they trying to tell us something? How could they have had so much more advanced technology than us now, way back then? Yes, the cosmic prophets are aliens. The cosmic prophets are aliens who visited Pumapunku in Peru over 15,450 years before Christ's time, before the Common Era. They built the giant H blocks in one day, they say. Well, there's their spaceships technology long before ancient Egypt. First thought of the pyramids long before the Stonehenge. Who knows what happened 27,000 years ago when giants were roaming the planet Earth at prehistoric times. We had a different moon and on biblical flood, we know of it. It seemed like magic as far as we know it. Hoping the gateway, sun, and Titicaca, Tiwanaku, ancient Peruvians would have worshipped these aliens like they were gods, demigods. Maybe that cosmic crystal skull left behind of all knowledge stored in the cosmic skulls, the universe, philosopher's stone, or Akashic records of galactic godlike wisdom. I can be tapped into telepathically with the touch of a hand, and any man could access it theoretically. Religious ignorance is what keeps censorship going. Fear and ignorance are the politics of control from conservative fanatics who just want the remnants of ancient alien skulls in combination with some new technology source like your invention, because crystal seems to store information and we can gain wisdom of the universe through the crystal records of all knowledge.
I don't know if you can get the
Perhaps we can only gain access to that sacred knowledge of the infinite when we're ready for such enlightenment. But only God will be the judge when humanity is ready for that. Or the aliens. Well, I'd like to take some of that position into my own hands. I think we should follow the river trail for a while. There's no other way to get there other than by foot.
Yes, my sources say pieces of the emerald tablets were smuggled across the Amazon River into deep parts of the Colombian jungle. So perhaps if we follow the river down the trail, like you say, we will find these remnants of technology and artifacts that you can combine with your mind projection machine and will ultimately amplify the psychic mind waves. You can also use your radiation Geiger meter to detect where the remnants of radiation might have been left behind, because
It's a good thing I brought it.
said that you can detect the pieces of the emerald tablets are radioactive.
Keep going.
It is said that all the knowledge in the universe can be tapped into telepathically through the Akashic records, like a metaphysical wavelength, or frequency that we can learn to utilize, possibly, maybe, by connecting with the remnants of ancient alien crystal skull in combination with some new energy source. We can retain and gain wisdom of all the universe through the record of the Akashics, all knowledge.
Yes, perhaps we can only gain access to that sacred knowledge of the infinite when we are ready for such enlightenment. Only the aliens of God will be the judge when humanity is ready for that.
Feel like an alien on this planet, sometimes trapped here. There's so many people that don't understand my isolation and the compassion and connection. Not a good time to say goodbye.
Lit up like a Christmas tree. Is this what you're after?
What did you find?
What do you think?
What's going on with that radiation detector you have?
Well, if that's not what you're looking for, I don't know what else it could be.
What is it detecting?
Exactly what you expected.
What? Radiation? Should I even... Is it safe? Dig this thing up?
It's certainly not safe.
Dig this thing up?
It's certainly not safe.
revelation. I was flooded with enlightenment from the crystal skull. It's radioactive, but it gave me this vision of these two aliens hunting each other, Zengtar and Zodraz. They were brothers, and one brought the emerald tablets here to take it away from the other one, who was power hungry and wanted to use it to enslave the humans, while the other one, Zengtar, was destroyed. That was this crystal skull I touched. It's the radioactive.
How do you know
evidence.
this story?
Because it was stored. The information was stored in the crystal from all those years ago, and then somehow the other
You saw the image.
yes, somehow Zodraz was, he dispersed the tablets. It's an ancient memory. It's a little foggy. I just get these little bits of division here. I'm a little unconscious from being electrocuted by the electromagnetic vibration of the akashic sensation of all the ancient wisdom within that skull. There must be a way we can utilize this. What do you have to handle radioactive material? You're a scientist, like, can we move this object with something?
Down the river a bit. I didn't think we'd actually find anything.
But we found these crystal skulls full of all this like ancient information that we can use to improve your invention of the Mirage device. You
We can't lose it. We can't
psychic
risk losing
emanations from these.
Stay here.
Say
I'll be
that
back.
there's some sort of ancient alien or influence of a mask.
I was burned by a bunch of drunk sinners once for preaching too much to them about drinking, but now I have my revenge. You shall feel my pain for neglecting and ignoring me all these years. How dare you suggest that we came from anything other than Jesus? Ye heathens, you infidels will burn in hell for this sacrilegious disgrace. You will suffer the judgment of God. To imply that we came from anything other than Jesus or God is absolutely sacrilegious. You will be punished for this ignorance.
Oh, you're gonna judge me? Like, judge not lest ye be judged, you hypocrite. What about murder? That's one of the commandments. Oh. Oh.
Oh, that God wanted from you.
Oh, ignorance and fear of the politics of control.
The sound of the clean.